Hello guys, welcome to my first YouTube video. In this video series, I will teach you how to use Python from zero to importing modules, everything that you'll need. So in this first video, I'll teach you the installation process and the basics. So open up your web browser. Once it opens up, go ahead and look for Python 3 download. Then go ahead and open the first link. I'll leave the link in the description. Once you are here, go ahead and click download Python 3.10.1. And as you can see here, it will immediately start downloading. Depending on your operating system, you can go ahead and download it for Windows, Linux, or Mac OS. Once it is downloaded, go ahead and open it and go through the installation wizard. So go ahead and install now. Click yes. And I'll see you guys when this is finished downloading. Okay, so welcome back guys. Once the Python installation is complete, you can just close out of it. So now you'll need an integrated development environment. So you can go ahead and download Pycharm. And it will be the first link. However, I will still leave the download link in the description. So once you are here, go ahead and click the download on the top. This blue one. So once you click it, it will take you to this download installation process. Now, this will start downloading the Pycharm professional version. So just go ahead and close it. And right here, click download once again. And it will take you to this specific page. Now, I'll leave the link for this in the description, but go ahead and download the community version. It is free and it is usually good enough for any type of programming except web development. So click download and I'll see you guys once it is downloaded. So once this is finished, go ahead and open it. I accidentally closed it, so I'll have to go to the download section. Go ahead and open the executable. And this will open the installation process, as you can see here. And it will ask you for your permission to download it. Just go ahead and click yes. And go through the installation wizard. Now, this process is very similar in Mac. Once you arrive here, if you want to create a desktop shortcut, go ahead and enable it. I'm going to enable it myself. So click next and finally install. Now, this process will take a while, so I'll see you guys once it is downloaded. Okay, so once it downloads, go ahead and run Pycharm Community Edition and finish the setup. Now, when it is downloaded, go ahead and open it. And just go okay. So this will take a while. I'll see you guys when it opens. Okay, so once it opens up, you can go ahead and click new project, which will take you to this interface. Go ahead and name it however you want. Now you can modify it where you want it. In this example, I would just put it inside of Pycharm projects, the original place. So right here, go ahead and make sure that you are using a virtual environment and just go ahead and create it. By this point, you should already be in this page. So this is a very basic Python script. It's just to give you an introduction. So just go ahead and delete it. by right-clicking and then going to delete. Then just go OK, and it will officially be deleted. Now go ahead and create a Python file right here and name it however you want. I'll just name it strings. And this is how you get to your first piece of code. Okay, so the first thing I will teach you is about printing stuff to the user. So you'll have to write print and under parentheses print whatever you want. Now, first let's start out with strings. Strings is any type of word or sentence inside of quotation marks. So if I go ahead and write hello world, this will be my string. Okay, so now whenever you want to display this to the user or run the code, you just right click right here and click run strings. As you can see, there's also a shortcut. You can use that if you want, but it's not necessary by any means. So go ahead and click run. And as you can see here, it tells you hello world. Now, printing is really useful when you are trying to find mistakes in your code or when you are trying to show the user something. The next thing I'll teach you is how Python code is run. So if you put another print down here with a sentence like, my name is Jacob, as you can see, when we run it, it will run it right below it. So this is important because if you print something side by side, like right over here, and you print, this is an example or something, you'll see that it gets run side by side. So whenever you want to print it side by side, you'll have to do it inside the same sentence. But if you want to print it inside a different line, you can go ahead and just put print and whatever you want. Now, you can also use something interesting, which is the multiplication operator. So let's say I wanted to create a line so I can separate the code. So I can just go dash times 20 and then print this is a line. So as you can see here, this small line was created, which divides the top part of my code from the bottom part. Now, if you count these lines, it will sum up to 20, because as you can see here, I put times 20. However, if you wanted to create a larger line, you can just go ahead and multiply it by however many you want. Now, using print, you can also use numeric values, like if you put 5 plus 3, it will output 8, as you can see here. However, if you put this inside of parentheses, it will give you the literal thing you wrote because it is a string now. So just remember, if you want to do mathematical operations, just leave it outside of quotation marks. And if you want it to print exactly like it is, then put it inside of quotation marks. So as you can see here, it'll be ready. Now, I have a challenge for you. I want you to write something like this, where you put 5 plus 3, the actual string, and then you get the answer. However, don't just put it all inside of quotation marks. I want this to be the mathematical operation. So I'll give you guys 5 seconds and pause the video if you want, and I'll be right back. Okay, so welcome back. So if you came up with this solution, then great. As you can see, I put a comma to separate it, and it's side by side. You can do this in various ways. However, this is the simplest one. Now that you know about the print method, you can go ahead and just delete that. And now I'll teach you about variables. So a variable is something that programmers use to store information. For example, you can go ahead and do my name and then put a string of your name. And as you can see here, now whenever I call my name, it will give me the information that is stored in it. Now, this is really useful because at times you will have to store information to call it later or to modify it at a certain point. So for now, just go ahead and print my name. Now, since it is a variable, don't put it inside of quotation marks. So let's run strings, and as you can see, it printed Jacob. So in variables, you can store any type of information. Let's do mathematical operation. And let's do 5 plus 3. And let's also print that out. So as you can see here, we can also store numbers inside of variables. Now, variables can also be concatenated. Now, what do I mean by that? What I mean is you can type here my age, and you can put your age. I'll just put 18. So you can go ahead and do my name. Let me put this inside. Voilà. So what I mean by this is you can go ahead and type my name as a variable and my age as another variable. Now if you go ahead and put my name plus my age, when you run it, you'll see you'll get an error. Now you can see it is because you can only concatenate string to string, and my age is an integer. An integer is another word for a number, for those of you who don't know. So the solution is to put either this inside of quotation marks or to type string, so that you can tell that everything that is inside of this parenthesis is meant to be a string. So as you can see now, you can see Jacob 18. Now this doesn't look great, but it is an easy fix. You can just add a space right here. And as you can see now, it will be printed with a space. Now in this example, I used plus to concatenate it because it is a good habit. If you are concatenating inside of a variable, for example, let's name it person information, where this is equal to my name plus my age. Here we can just print person information, and as you can see here, it will print the same thing. However, if you try to use a comma here, you'll see that it prints out a tuple. Now, I'll get more into tuples later, but in a few words, when you are concatenating, it is a good habit to use the plus sign instead of a comma. Also, when you are naming variables, it is important that you are saying exactly what it is. Because when you are writing code that has maybe tens or hundreds of variables, you can easily get confused if you name it vague things like X and Y. So that is why right here I named it mathematical operation, my name, my age, and person information. Even though it can be a hassle to write it all out, it is really important. If you like this video, please leave it a like and subscribe for more videos like this. Thank you for watching.